Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, delivered a stern warning to the United States on Tuesday, 17th February, asserting that any attempt to depose the Islamic Republic would fail. His remarks came as indirect nuclear talks between Washington and Tehran began in Geneva, with US and Iranian envoys meeting under Omani mediation to address their decades-long dispute over Iran's nuclear program. Speaking just after the negotiations began, Khamenei said, "The US president says their army is the world's strongest. But the strongest army in the world can sometimes be slapped so hard it cannot get up." The supreme leader's comments underscored Iran's defiance in the face of mounting US pressure and military presence in the region. The backdrop to these talks is a tense standoff in the Middle East. The United States, which previously joined Israel in airstrikes against Iran's nuclear facilities in June, has deployed a significant naval and military force to the region. President Donald Trump has repeatedly suggested that regime change in Tehran may be the best thing that could happen, signaling the high stakes and potential risks surrounding the negotiations. Iran, however, is not standing idle. On Monday, Tehran conducted a military drill in the Strait of Hormuz, the strategic waterway through which much of the world's oil passes. The exercise highlighted Iran's readiness to defend its territory and shipping lanes, even as diplomatic efforts continue. At the same time, diplomatic channels remain active. US envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner are participating in the Geneva talks, alongside Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araqchi. Oman is mediating the discussions, aiming to bridge the gap between the two sides and explore possibilities for reducing tensions over Iran's nuclear program. Analysts say the negotiations face significant hurdles. Washington has pressed for limits on Iran's nuclear enrichment, while Tehran has insisted that its defensive capabilities and sovereignty remain off the table. The presence of US military forces in the Gulf underscores the delicate balance between diplomacy and deterrence, a reminder that missteps could escalate into a broader conflict. Despite the tense backdrop, the talks represent a rare opportunity for dialogue between the two countries, now more than 4 decades after relations were severed following the 1979 Iranian Revolution. Observers note that the outcome of these Geneva discussions could shape the future of regional security, the stability of global oil markets, and the trajectory of US-Iran relations in the years ahead. As the negotiations proceed, both sides face a test of patience, strategy, and resolve. Iran's supreme leader has made his position clear: any attempt to overthrow the Islamic Republic will fail. And for the United States, the question remains whether diplomacy can succeed where military pressure has so far fallen short.